Yo, I want to talk to you guys about something extremely freaking important today. What's up YouTube? If you're new to the channel, my name is Sean. I teach you guys how to build digital marketing businesses, the mindsets you need for success. Today, I am talking to you about patience. Oh man, where do I start? Patience is something that people always used to talk about, and before I was actually an entrepreneur, before I was actually doing something epic with my life, I didn't really understand what people meant. People said you have to be patient to be successful, and it just kind of was like over my head. I'm like, what did you mean? What do you mean by be patient? Like, I don't get it. Now that I'm 2 years into entrepreneurship, building my business, having a lifestyle that's just so much more incredible than what I could have imagined and the way my old life was, I really understand what people meant by patience, and I want to share with you guys my understanding of how it works. As I start to uncover ways to exponentially grow my business, oftentimes these tasks, initiatives, or campaigns, or whatever it is, are going to take a couple of weeks or a couple of months from the time they start to the time of fruition. There is this lag period of oftentimes a few months. This is actually really foreign to me, and I would suggest it's also foreign to most people. Most things in life that we're used to doing are actually immediate payoffs. For example, if you look at a 9-to-5 job, when you finish your workday, you are given a pat on the back, you're said, good job, you've earned this amount of money, it will be paid out in a week and a half or 1 week, whenever it is. So the reward is actually very close to the work, but to have to wait months to be rewarded for something is actually quite foreign to most people. You know, even if you look at school, when you write a test, you get the marks back in a week, and it's very black and white. You know, if you got the right answers, you'll get the right grade. But in entrepreneurship, on top of this big lag window, it's also never 100% assured that the result you worked for in the beginning is actually going to happen. I mean, even the most well thought out business plans maybe only have a 90 to 95% chance of success, which is really good, but there still is that element of uncertainty. So what I'm trying to get to, guys, is it's dealing with that uncertainty over that time period between when you're putting in the effort to the payoff is really like a mental, it's kind of like a mind honestly. And it's a weird thing because you feel this sense of anxiety because deep down you're afraid that the actions you're doing might not pay off in the long run. For example, with me making this YouTube video, building a personal brand, there's all these steps you have to do to properly build a personal brand. You got to invest in camera stuff and video editing. I got to sit here and make these videos. I mean, I like doing this, so that's good. But still, sometimes I get in this space where I'm like, man, like, is this really gonna pay off? But then when I see things clearly, I'm like, yeah, of course it's gonna pay off. It's gonna build a brand. It's gonna build this whole cool community that's gonna have all these crazy benefits. But one thing I've had to learn is how to be really patient and how to be okay with the fact that each day you're only going to take like one small step towards your goal. And I see a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with this, and they are often frustrated when they've been trying to make a business idea work for a few months and it's not working. So that's crazy, first of all, to be upset with your business not working after only a couple of months. And I want to use an example that we're all familiar with, which is college or university. So with college, we completely accept that it will take 4 years to finish the degree. And getting a college degree, I'm going to argue, and I think you guys will agree with me, is exponentially easier and less impressive than building a successful business that will serve you for the rest of your life. So think about that. Graduating college is far easier than building a business, and yet we accept that it will take 4 years to get that degree. And that same person will grow frustrated when he or she has worked on a business for 6 months and it's not successful yet. And think how crazy that is. If college is accepted to take 4 years and it's a relatively easy thing to finish, then building a business based on that logic, we should expect it to take way more than 4 years, right? Now, I don't think it takes 4 years to build a successful business, but the point of this video and the point of my message is how impatient most people are and how you are losing because you're impatient. If you've been working on something a couple of months, that's not very long. If you're frustrated because you're not successful yet and it's only been a few months, like, you have no right to be frustrated, to be upset. You need to keep grinding. If I ever ran into someone who told me, Sean, I've been building a business for 3 years and it's just gotten nowhere, I would be very shocked. And this is the thing, I've never met that person, because any person who devotes him or herself to a business for 3 years is going to achieve some level of success. It's almost inevitable. So if you guys are watching this video and you're frustrated that your business is not successful yet, ask yourself, how long have you actually been working at it full time? Like, how many full-time months have you been doing it? And if it's under 2 years, then just give your head a shake and get back into trying different things. Okay? It's not to say that you should be beating your head against the wall trying the same thing that's not working. You want to be rapidly pivoting and altering your strategy as you're always trying to get success as quick as possible. But at the end of the day, just this takes time. And this is something I struggle with a lot myself. Just in new projects that I start, oftentimes I'll start a new project and I'll know that I'm not going to see the benefits of that, whether it's financial or otherwise, for a couple of months, but I still have to be motivated and yet sort of calm and confident about the process throughout all of the months leading up to that, even though there's going to be no tangible benefits throughout that lead up phase. And this is something that you have to learn to become comfortable with. It's one of those entrepreneurial mindsets that it's hard to relate to before you're in the game. I could not relate to this before I had started a business. I always thought to myself, it's either going to be clear that you're progressing in the right direction, or it's going to be clear that it's just not working, and that's a thing. But what I didn't realize is that oftentimes you will be moving in the right direction, but there will be no tangible results, so it doesn't, on an emotional level, always feel like it. You might feel like you're spinning your wheels, or you might feel anxious because you're having to do all these tasks and they're not paying off right away. And you have to just force your mind to think logically. One of the books that started the self-development industry was called Psycho-Cybernetics. I'll put the name in the description. And it said that the key to self-development, or one of the keys to self-development, is to basically force yourself to think logical thoughts and just brute force yourself to not think these illogical, emotionally driven thoughts from your lizard brain. So this is an example of that. When you're working towards something that's going to take months to pay off, emotionally you're going to feel like this isn't working because you're not seeing those tangible results yet. But you just have to use your logical brain to say, no, it is working. It's supposed to take this long. Everything is okay. Just stay calm, stay positive, and keep moving towards that direction. So I hope you guys took some value from this. This is something that I think every entrepreneur I know is constantly working on, and it's something I'm working on as well. But the takeaway is just to accept it's going to take a long time and almost detach yourself from the outcome a little bit. Just become invested in the process of getting there. Learn to love those little baby steps. Learn to find the joy in those incremental little increases. And stop obsessing about that end result. Try to turn your mind off so you don't think about the end result. Just think about, what am I doing in the next 24 hours to take one small step closer? And then one day you'll just find, oh shit, I'm at the end result. Isn't this awesome? And then you can allow yourself to enjoy and feel that. Alright guys, if you guys like this type of content, throw me a comment, subscribe, like the video. Until next time, as always, I will see you guys later. I am actually departing the Vancouver headquarters for a week or so and going to Miami tomorrow. So the next few videos will be shot in Miami. See you guys there.